It's demo time for the CLI reminder plugin. So the first thing we should discuss about this plugin is the type CLI. You may not be familiar with this because it's not really an actual plugin type that you're probably used to seeing. This is a special type. It's really a delivery system and a configuration system that allows me to bring a CLI script into your Joomla environment and provides a method of control and configuration. So let's discuss here first what it is intended to do. When I was looking over the note options within ComUser, I noticed something you could do with the note was set a review date. Now, presumably this is so that you can go in and search these dates and set yourself information to check up on at a later time. However, there's not really a facility other than sorting by the review date to facilitate you getting to specific items that you've created, specific notes. So I mean, you can sort, but then if you created this note a year ago and you need to review it now, then you're sorting, and if you have anything in the future, you're going to be sorting and trying to navigate through a list of potentially a lot of notes. So without a facility to select a date range to be able to say, show me all the notes between these ranges, or show me the notes from today, this is not as useful as it might appear on the surface. So review date is something that I find I can use in order to create this reminder extension. So what this reminder extension does is it allows you to specify, now this is not the only thing it does, it allows you to specify a recipient for any particular category that a reminder is assigned to. And I've created some basic categories here with some self-descriptive names that will make it easy to describe how this functions. So these names are arbitrary. They're not required to be any specific name. You can name it your categories anything you like. I named them these names because then they're easier to explain while I'm demoing this plugin, this extension. So user reminder, this is intended for notes that are to be sent as a reminder to the user whose account the note is attached to. So if we look at user notes here, this note is attached to this user for review on this date. Okay, let's go back to categories here. So that's what the user reminder is for, is to send a note to the user who the note is assigned to, a reminder to the user who the note is assigned to. The self reminder, if you assign a note to this category, it is intended to send a note to the person who created the note. So you can assign a note to a customer, call John Smith, on John Smith's account. You can say call him back on whatever date to discuss XYZ, whatever that is. And then when that review date arrives, then you receive your email message reminder. Reminders for administrator. This is an assignment style of category where you assign a recipient to this particular category. And then reminders for Michael Ritchie, that is another type where you're assigning it to a specific user. And then I put them all beneath a reminders overarching category, not for any particular reason. This is for organization purposes only. There's no prescription for your category structure or naming convention. Do it your way. The plugin doesn't care. Let's go back and look at the plugin. So, as described, I have a owner reminder category. Pardon me, an owner reminder configuration parameter here. A self-reminder configuration parameter and an assignment configuration parameter, self-reminder category. So any group that is designated as an owner reminder category, and you can have multiple, then any note assigned to those groups will be emailed to the owner of the account that the note was attached to. Any note that is assigned to a group that is designated as a self-reminder category, the creator of that note will receive the reminder on the review date. And then there are assignments where I have chosen a category and assigned it to a specific user. You can assign the category to multiple users. Now, this is extra useful because if your organization has specific note categories for, job titles, you might have people stepping into and out of those roles, and you don't want to have a reminder sent to a person who's been promoted or fired. So you can, at that point, once the user has taken a different role, whether that be a promotion or an unemployment line, when that user is no longer around, you can just come in here and say this was reminders for tech support. You go in and change the tech support contact to somebody else. Okay? This is designed to be as flexible as possible. This is not a strict extension where it's a one-to-one. This is a many-to-one relationship for just about everything. So what if all of these options are not enough? If everything is not enough here, if you need to deliver messages to people who aren't even users in your system, maybe you want to send it to an archived email address, or you've got an auditor that wants copies of these notes, whatever it is. You're not limited to just the reminder recipients being configured here. If you look at the description tab, there are additional configuration options that are note specific. So while you're creating a note, you can say, I would like to also have this reminder sent to this person, or I need it BCC'd to someone. You can BCC it to a dozen people if you like. You can add as many of these tags into the note body itself, and they'll be stripped out before the note is sent, and these additional addressees will become part of the message that gets sent out. So, as flexible as I could possibly make it, and if I've missed something, definitely contact me and let me know what additional feature you think I could add, because I do want to make this as robust as possible. Speaking of robust, the outgoing email is based on a template system. You can customize your output however you like. By default, the subject is the replacement for subject, meaning that the email is sent out with the note subject, and the email body is by default just the body replacement. So the note body is what is sent out in the outbound email by default. Now you can do all kinds of other stuff. This set of bullets items here were my initial test, and that turned out looking just like this. So the numeric ID, the ID for the user that this note represents, the name of the user this note represents, the username of that user, the category that the note was assigned, the subject of the note, the body of the note, the numeric ID of the person who created the note, the name of the person who created the note, date and time it was created, and the review date, which the 0000, that's a limitation of Joomla. It has been that note field has been written to only store a date, which I'm fine with. This way, at midnight, I can send all the notes in the cron job. So when you create the cron job, you're going to be creating that for a midnight run every night. So it's going to load all of the notes that are designated for today and send them out, so that when your users arrive to their workstations early in the morning, they can have their notes waiting for them. So if you noticed, I had made some modifications and added some other stuff in here to kind of demonstrate a little bit more about what this could be used for. I created just a basic replacement that turns this into a more personalized email. So this demonstration is actually kind of robotic, but on this date and time, this user scheduled a reminder for this user account to be sent on this review time. The message to be sent is as follows. This is the note. That's the actual body of the note. So you can customize your email template any way you like. It's sent as HTML, so you can put images in there if you want. Just remember to put in the full path, including the domain for the image. Otherwise, it's going to show up as like the weird placeholder with a blank. Anyway, that's it. If you can think of any additional feature that this plugin would benefit from, please let me know. I'm all about more features and better extensions. Thank you.